So you're a big fan of the Sazabi? Okay, maybe you're just a fan of Char? Is that not it? Okay. Maybe you're just looking for the best showpiece to prove to your friends that Gunpla is cool. Whatever it is, I'm sure that the following kit is going to check all of those boxes. I myself have been a Sazabi fan since the very beginning, so much that I believe that most of the people who know me actually think that the Sazabi is my favorite kit of all time. So I took it upon myself and the help of our awesome sponsor Gundamhangar.com to check if the NOAH Sazabi Bust can deliver in all of the Sazabi greatness. Right out of the gate, the Sazabi Bust comes in a huge box that may seem intimidating to some, but once open, you're greeted with some of the biggest runner pieces I have ever seen. Someone seeing this completed kit might surmise that it is a difficult build made up of hundreds of pieces, but the truth is, it isn't. The bust, as I explained to the rest of the GTS crew, is extremely easy to build as the size of the pieces and number of instructions are reminiscent of high-grade builds. In fact, the whole kit can be better compared to a high-grade build with how easy it is to put together, and more noticeable, the hollowness of the finished product. As much as this kit can remind someone of a high-grade build, it also does a great job at reminding us that this is not a first-party kit. The pieces have a hard time coming together. A lot of sanding needs to be done, as well as a lot of pushing pieces together to get them to fit. I must warn you, please follow the instructions to the dot. If you skip a section and need to undo your work to fix a problem, prying some of these pieces apart will take the will of the gods. After around 4 hours of build time, we have the finished product. The Sazabi Bust is absolutely gorgeous. The candy red finish we got looks so good out of the box, it's crazy. The size of the bust is also staggering as it easily towers over the master grade Sazabi Bust, so you know it'll take up some space on your shelf. But that's not all. The kit also features some small gimmicks. Taken from the spirit of the master grade Sazabi Bust, the NOAH Sazabi Bust tries its best at imitating open hatch features. Let's start from the head first. I'm a sucker for kits that show the internal workings of the head. You can lift the top part of the helmet to reveal Char's Psycho Frame cockpit pod. Bringing the chin down and lifting the visor all the way up gives you access to the opening of the pod itself. Remember how I mentioned that prying apart pieces requires the wills of the gods? The pod features a sliding door gimmick, which is extremely hard to get to open without scratching up the gloss finish. In this video, you can see that I had the sliding door open already. That's because the tolerances are so tight that I can't bring it back down. Moving down, we get to the chest, which also opens both upward and downward to reveal mechanical detail. It feels like opening the hood of a supercar and looking at its engine. You'll also encounter the piece that loves to fall out here. To the sides of the chest, you have two movable torso areas. I don't know what to call these parts, shoulders? Anyhow, these can rotate with ease and have an open hatch feature, which is even more difficult than the pod door to open. I mean, this piece is so sketchy because when you try to open it, it feels like you're breaking the piece than anything else. Like it just literally feels like you're about to pop it and break it. The kit also sports a thruster in the back that can move downward in order to present the kit in a maintenance mode according to the manual. In the box, you get water decals. That's right, water decals. I don't know what Bandai's doing giving us those stickers, but apparently a third-party kit can give you water decals. Anyhow, it also includes different colored clear runners to give you, the builder, more options as to how you want to display your bust. I went with the green, as that's the iconic color on the visor for the Sazabi. At this point, I am guessing some of you have wondered why I haven't reviewed the little maintenance pod, and is in fact the first piece that the manual has you build. I will admit that the initial idea of a maintenance pod to add to the realism of a Sazabi receiving service is awesome, but this part of the build was the most frustrating. NOAH came out with two editions of this kit, the Special Coating Edition, which we received, and the Normal Edition or Standard Edition, pictured here. Notice that the Special Coating picture shows no maintenance pod while the Normal Edition does. This is because the Special Coating kit we got does not include the Cade runners, which includes the lights and the arms for the base. What we do receive is the pod with no way to present it on the base. I personally didn't mind since the Sazabi Bust is cool because of the Sazabi and not an added pod, but that's just me. Though I did build the pod. Mine specifically came with a lot of fitting issues. I did more sanding on this little guy than I did on the whole rest of the bust. Major seam lines that looked more like canyons than anything are visible throughout. The left arm of the pod, or at least mine, did not attach properly. I believe this is due to the added thickness of the gloss paint. I don't really know. As you can see here, the little peg that goes into the arm broke by how much force I was putting on there in order to get it in. Maybe I should have just sanded it down. But the other one went in with force. So I guess I didn't really have a reason to believe it wasn't going to do the same thing again. Overall, the pod presented itself with major problems that, even though they aren't a big deal to me personally, because like I said, I'm okay with just the Sazabi Bust, they might be to you. If you want a proper pod, then you might want to lean to the standard edition of the bust. Just keep in mind that this isn't something that I'm going to deduct points from on the bust itself. And I know that may seem a little weird, but it's just that I see the value of the bust before I look even into the pod itself, which I think is just an added bonus. Should you get the NOAH Sazabi Bust? As mentioned in the beginning, if you're looking to get a showpiece for your collection, then yes. Are you a fan of the Sazabi and/or Char? Then yes. Do you have the space for this kit? If yes is the answer to that, then get it. Obviously this kit has some problems, but that's to be expected for third-party companies. When building the kit, I wasn't comparing it to Bandai products because we need to be honest with ourselves. Bandai spoils us by printing out kits that fit together seamlessly. Their printing is state-of-the-art. Last year, I reviewed the third-party Callet Bulge swords for the MG Astray, and even then, I was pleasantly surprised with how close a third-party company can get to first-party results. And for a finished bust, NOAH has definitely delivered. What NOAH was able to create here is an amazing looking bust with some of the best candy red gloss out of the box I have ever seen. A piece I'm sure you will love. To get one in Canada, be sure to check out Gundamhangar.com's page. Thank you so much to Gundamhangar for sponsoring this video. A huge thank you as well to the community who supports us, and more importantly to our patrons. If you haven't liked the video, please do. It really helps with the algorithm. And be sure to subscribe, as our statistics have shown us that there's, I think, 80% of you unsubscribe who watch our videos. It'd be awesome if you guys could hit the subscribe button. It really would help us as well. And be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming reviews. And I'll catch you on the next one. Till then.